I confess that I've been inadequate to the moment. I confess that the Democratic Party has made terrible mistakes, that have given lane to this demagogue. I confess we all must look in the mirror and say we will do better.
Yeah, Democrats are definitely going to have to do better than that. So Cameron, what do you make of that?
They wonder why we don't want to vote for them. Why would you go on in the Senate and just rant and rave for 25 hours and talk about how inadequate you are? Is that supposed to want us to feel motivated to vote for you? It's weakness. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. And I can't believe that he wanted to do this for 25 hours. Who would listen to this for 25 hours? When I was sourcing clips for this, I wanted to pull my fingernails out because I had to sort through way too much time listening to this guy go on and on and on, and I have no idea what purpose this served.
Yeah, well, I think other than demonstrating that he can spend a lot of time wasting taxpayer time and money, so fair enough.
Well, you accomplished that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Cory. But the second clip that I'd like to share with you is of one of those oh-so-tolerant leftists that we love to talk about on the show, who are bravely taking a stand against that evil oligarch, Mr. Elon Musk, by doing things like spray painting swastikas on Cybertrucks and doing dances like this one in Seattle. Cameron, how is Elon ever supposed to recover from that?
I mean, can he recover from that? I mean, I know he put all that money into that Wisconsin race and it didn't turn out the way he wanted, so he must be bummed about that, but he's got to be really, really upset about this. Yeah, I'm embarrassed that I'm from this area of the country, honestly. I'm from Portland, but this is Seattle, and it just gives this entire area of the country a bad name. Yeah. I can't believe that this is what they think is effective. Does this change anybody's mind? Do you think anybody drove by this and was like, I like Elon Musk, but now that I see these dances, those are such good dances, and those signs with the swastikas, it's so good. I don't like the guy anymore. Is that what happens?
Yeah, right. Make it make sense. But just like Cory Booker, clearly they have no leader. They have no idea what they stand for anymore. They're just waiting to be upset about whatever they're told to be upset about by the Democrat Party. So,
and see, they're still wearing the face mask, too. They got the memo, and they're still sticking
all
with
these
it.
years later. Right. The hysteria lives on from COVID-19. But there's a final clip that I do want to share with you as well, courtesy of President Trump, as he participated in a Women's History Month event at the White House and touted his recent executive order to expand access to fertility treatments like IVF for America's women.
We're going to have tremendous goodies in the bag for women, too. The women, between the fertilization and all of the other things that we're talking about, it's going to be great. We're joined today, fertilization. I'm still very proud of it. I don't care. I'll be known as the fertilization president. That's okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. I've been called much worse. Actually, I like it, right? I like it. Thank you.
So Cameron, how could any woman not love this and just appreciate what he's doing?
I mean, I say that to myself all the time, honestly. He supposedly has these terrible poll numbers with women, and women can't stand it. But I say the same thing. How can women not love the guy? I mean, he's so charming. I love it. He blushes a little bit because he's a little embarrassed, but he knows it's hilarious, and he has this warm reception for all these women, and they love it. They eat it up, and I guess that's a question for you. Do you really understand where this supposed hatred from women comes from? I don't think so.
Well, I think I understand it, and I think it speaks to the power of propaganda from the legacy media. They call him a misogynist. They say that he is liable for, crimes against women or sexual assault. It's really, really disgusting. They smear him up and down the block, and I do think they've programmed people through their propaganda to hate Trump, especially women, because he's a strong male figure, and it's just, they've lied about him up and down the block. It's sad to see those lies working, but that's why it's important to highlight moments like this, because they're eye-opening for people. This is the real Trump, and people need to see the man for who he is, not what they've heard about him from the likes of these legacy media liars. So I honestly think a lot of it comes down to the TDS overall. Really is about the power of propaganda in this country, and that's why we have to fight it tooth and nail.
And that's why I think it's a good idea that we're continuing showing clips like this, because this is the kind of stuff that you'll never see on CNN.
Absolutely
This
not.
is the kind of stuff
Yep.
that you'll never see on MSDNC.
Correct.
Because it humanizes him too much.
Yes.
And it just makes him too agreeable, too likable to the masses, and they can't have that.
Yeah.
So,
well, the irony being, though, that he was beloved universally in this country as a celebrity
until
for years and
2015.
years. I mean, with The Apprentice, he had the most popular show on cable TV, at least one of them. And then overnight, suddenly, they just start going after him, they hate him, and it's all political. It's pure politics. It's really sad. They care more about protecting their own power than humanizing someone who's trying to get this country back on the right track and to fight for all Americans. Just think about that message. Make America great again. As opposed to what Hillary said, I'm with her. That was narcissistic, it was cruel, it was cold. This is about empowering everybody. Men, women, children, adults, all Americans. So say what you will. I know the guy's got his flaws, like we all do, but these moments are really important to highlight because they're just so eye-opening for people who've been blinded and bamboozled by propaganda for nearly a decade at this point, which is just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's on that point. I remember very distinctly, actually. I believe it was in 2003 when The Apprentice was first premiering, and all the leftists in my family, we all, not me, of course, but the rest of them, we all loved to sit down and watch The Apprentice every Thursday night, I think it was, on Must See TV. And my family went gaga over Trump. They loved him. He was so great. And I just bring that up all the time now. I'm like, what happened to that?
How the times have changed.
That was before we knew he was a fascist.
Right.
So it's just funny how they sweep that under the rug. But yeah, you're right. It's a great thing that he's doing so far. He's doing a great job so far. And I guess that's the only question I have for you remaining is that I just want to check in now that we're, I think, 70 some odd days into his presidency. How do you think it's going? Is it better than you expected? Is he meeting expectations? What do you think?
I think exceeding them. Obviously, look, there's some things I'd like to see some more improvement on, but it's been less than 3 months, and I think we're really making rapid progress and incredible headway. And I hope that this kind of energy and focus continues because we truly need it. So I love to see what's going on in so many ways, and I just hope for a lot more of it. Truly, I do.
Yeah, it's more than I could have ever hoped for, actually. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Cameron, for being here. I appreciate this.
You're welcome.